Fentale volcano for a month and a half now, a significant intrusion of magma, which I personally estimate to involve around half a cubic kilometer of molten rock, has been ongoing between Ethiopia's Fentale and Methane volcanoes. This magma quickly spread northward along a presumed shallow body of magma at around 2 kilometers depth, which was long and thin, meaning it would have looked something like this ancient dike in New Mexico. Due to more than 100 magnitude 4+ earthquakes, and nearly a dozen magnitude 5 earthquakes, including the nation's largest earthquake since 1989, more than 80,000 people were evacuated from the region. Even some mud volcanoes popped up, and there were reports of large geothermal explosions that formed up to 100-foot-wide craters in the ground. Well, seismic activity peaked between December 30th of 2024 and January 4th of 2025 and has been declining ever since. In fact, if it weren't for the many smaller magnitude earthquakes going largely undetected by regional sensors, earthquake levels are getting pretty close to pre-intrusion levels. For all intents and purposes, it appeared as if the intrusion was on its last legs. That is why it was quite surprising when on January 15th, a bright white patch of gas emissions appeared inside the 76,000-year-old caldera of the Fentale volcano. This gas plume got more intense, decreased in intensity, and then during the last 7 days intensified once again. What made the appearance of this gas all the more confusing was the fact that while the broad 52.6 km long magma dike, especially its northern section, had been experiencing and is still experiencing ground uplift, the Fentale volcano has been experiencing the opposite, ground subsidence. Since the magma intrusion began, the Fentale volcano has sunk by up to 1 meter or 3.3 feet due to a body of magma underneath the volcano's edifice draining away underground to the north-northeast. The aforementioned gas emissions ran in the face of the apparent declining activity, so why exactly did it form? Well, during the last week we finally got our answer. Satellite sources scanning the vicinity of the Fentale volcano's summit detected the significant presence of a gas not traditionally associated with active volcanoes, methane. And this wasn't a minor amount either, as more than 1,000 metric tons of methane or CH4 were seemingly being emitted from the caldera of the Fentale volcano every day. So, why exactly is this gas typically associated with organic,